Peter Whittle is the former deputy leader of UKIP and has called for Mr Bolton to stand down. What was your reaction when you heard he was going to fight on?
Depressed, actually, Joe, because the fact is that basically one man's vanity is basically spooling this thing out over and over. The party is being made to look ridiculous. If, in fact, he had been supported by the NEC, you wouldn't now be hearing about all this stuff about electoral reform in the party and the NEC. It's a massive distraction ruse to get away from what is the real problem, and that is that Henry Bolton should go. There's been virtually no media presence until we get this kind of media presence, which of course makes us a laughing stock.
Right.
This is just simply unsustainable.
What can you point to?
Not the point. The fact is, at the moment, right, we are going through amazingly important times with Brexit, right? It's an open goal for us. It's all very well going on about email systems and all that, which basically will mean nothing to anyone outside, and quite rightly too. We should be making the argument we have been absolutely absent for the past 4 months, and as I say again, the first time people actually hear of our new leader is because he's just left his wife and kid just before Christmas to go off with some woman who's basically texted things I think almost beyond racism.
Right. I mean, what do you...
My understanding is that she has resigned from the party, which is right. Also, that Henry was unaware of these tweets. They were made before they met. Be fair, I mean, a marital breakdown is always distressing.
Right.
It's often acrimonious. Henry Bolton hasn't done anything wrong.
I think that the racism, is important, actually. This party particularly, and I know it, I've been on this show talking about it, fights these kind of accusations all the time. You know, we're always trying to show people that we are not a racist party. And the thing that worries me is that this party is a great party which has actually moved political mountains. I do not like to see it being made to look a fool. And I think at the moment things are looking very, very grave. What does not happen, what does not help at all, is that now we have to go through something called an EGM, which is going to cost a huge amount of money and all the rest of it, at the very, very time when we should be fighting what is happening with this government and its inept handling of Brexit.
Right. What Peter wants is a fourth leadership contest.
No, I don't. I don't. It's the last thing we need.
When we might,
no,
we might as well pencil in the 5th for next year.
No,
right.
It's the
but
last,
you do want that because obviously if he stands down and resigns, there'll be another leadership contest.
Yes, I know it's the last thing actually we need. We need to have an interim leader, basically, to go on, I would say, for actually quite a long time, get us through the May elections. It's the May elections. We should be talking about the May elections. We should be talking about Brexit, instead of which we're talking about tinkering around with an email system and all the rest of it. The fact is, if Henry Bolton had a shred of personal pride, he would have gone after that NEC vote.
And isn't that the case, that this is a vanity project for Bolton? I mean, in the face of everything collapsing around him in terms of all his team resigning, of all this publicity,
it's not all the
bad
team.
publicity, well, we're getting there pretty well, aren't we, at 15 or so, that he should do the decent thing and go.
What Peter's missing is the fact that Henry Bolton will win this EGM, the NEC will resign, a new NEC will be put in place. We can then move forward to change the constitution.
All right, well, let me put that to Peter Whittle.
People do not even know what Henry actually even thinks about certain political issues. They have no idea where the party is going. They're quite right to be incredibly frustrated. And what are they faced with? They're faced with all of this.